Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to take a deep dive into the Polaris Dawn mission. And this wasn't just, another one of those trips to low Earth orbit. This was something really different. We're talking about like pushing boundaries here.
Really was remarkable.
Yeah, I've got some fascinating details here from the mission updates. And let me tell you, these are not your typical space tourism snapshots. This is the real deal.
Oh, absolutely.
We're talking about a privately crewed SpaceX, a Dragon capsule, reaching altitudes, never seen before in a Dragon. So passing even the ISS. And it wasn't just about breaking records either. They were up there, they were conducting experiments, they were testing technology,
Right.
all with implications for the future of space exploration as we know it.
Yeah, it really is incredible what they achieved, reaching those incredible heights. That meant venturing into the Van Allen radiation belts, those zones of charged particles trapped by the Earth's magnetic field.
Right.
And understanding how radiation behaves at that altitude, it's absolutely critical for planning any longer duration missions, like, the ones to the Moon and Mars that everyone's talking about.
So they were gathering data that's essential for keeping future astronauts safe, especially as we look, beyond Earth's orbit. And they went 3 times higher than the ISS.
Can you imagine? I can't even imagine that view.
Oh, it must have been breathtaking, that's for sure. But what's particularly fascinating? This altitude, it wasn't just chosen randomly. It aligns with the projected flight paths for these future missions to the Moon and Mars.
So Polaris Dawn, it essentially provided a real-world testing ground for the kind of radiation exposure astronauts will encounter on those journeys.
So it's like they were test driving for humanity's next giant leap.
Exactly.
Gathering this crucial information along the way.
Yeah.
That's a pretty remarkable way to contribute to the future of space exploration, wouldn't you say?
It really is. And speaking of remarkable contributions, we got to talk about that spacewalk.
Right.
This wasn't just any spacewalk. This was the first ever commercial spacewalk performed in a unique elliptical orbit at a mind-boggling speed of 17,500 miles per hour.
17,500 miles per hour. It's hard enough to walk in a straight line here on Earth. I can't even fathom trying to do that while hurtling through space at those speeds.
Yeah, it really highlights the level of precision and skill involved. And, they weren't just out for a casual stroll either. They were testing out new SpaceX-designed suits, specifically engineered for these ambitious activities outside the spacecraft.
New suits, you say. So this was about pushing the boundaries of what's possible in terms of, like, extravehicular activity, testing the limits of both human endurance and technological innovation.
Precisely. It marks a significant shift in the entire landscape of space exploration. We're seeing private companies like SpaceX taking on much more ambitious roles, not just as, transportation providers, but as pioneers in their own right. Just imagine it, a future where commercial spacewalks are more common, facilitating research, satellite repair, even the construction of space-based infrastructure. Polaris Dawn takes us one step closer to that reality.
It's pretty wild to think about those potential ripple effects. But let's not forget about all that science at the heart of this mission, right? They conducted 36 experiments, partnering with 31 institutions around the world.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That's not just about testing technology. It's about expanding our knowledge across a whole bunch of different fields.
Yeah, absolutely. And the scope of their research was truly impressive. They really delved into the effects of space radiation on the human body, testing new medical technologies, and even experimenting with these innovative ways to grow food in space.
Okay, so let's unpack some of that. First up, radiation. They were at a higher altitude than any Dragon mission before, right? Right in the thick of those Van Allen radiation belts. What were they hoping to learn from that exposure?
Well, as we venture further and further into space, understanding and mitigating the risks of radiation exposure, becomes absolutely crucial. And Polaris Dawn, they gathered that vital data on radiation levels at that altitude. And they even studied its effects on the astronaut cells, looking for, potential genetic changes, which is really amazing when you think about it.
Wow.
And this information is, it's invaluable for developing strategies to protect astronauts on these future long-duration missions.
So safeguarding the health of those future space explorers, that's a key focus here. But you also mentioned new medical technologies.
Right.
Did those experiments have any implications for healthcare back here on Earth as well?
Yeah, a lot of them did. For example, they tested a portable ultrasound device. This is interesting. It uses artificial intelligence to guide diagnosis, even with limited medical training.
Wow.
So imagine the potential impact in, let's say, remote communities or disaster areas.
Yeah.
Places where access to specialists is limited.
Yeah.
That kind of technology could completely revolutionize healthcare delivery.
It's amazing how space exploration so often drives these innovations that benefit us here on Earth, sometimes in ways that we don't even really expect initially. It's like solving these challenges in these extreme environments, it just fosters this ingenuity with these far-reaching applications.
Yeah, it really does. And remember those experiments on growing food in space? That's another area with significant implications for the future. They were testing, different methods of hydroponics and aeroponics, looking for the most efficient ways to cultivate plants in, microgravity.
Right.
This kind of research is absolutely essential if we're ever going to establish a sustainable human presence, beyond Earth.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we can't exactly pack a lifetime supply of groceries for a trip to Mars, right? We'll need to figure out how to grow food on the go, so to speak.
Exactly. And while we're on the topic of, future possibilities, we have to talk about that laser-based communication test with Starlink.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this was a significant technological achievement with the potential to revolutionize, really revolutionize, how we communicate in space.
They were essentially testing a space-based internet system, right? I read a little bit about this, yeah. Can you imagine streaming live video from Mars one day? No more grainy footage or these long delays.
Oh, it'd be incredible.
It could completely transform how we experience and share discoveries in space.
I think so, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, beyond the practical applications, there's something kind of poetic about it, isn't there? Connecting with a spacecraft millions of miles away through this invisible beam of light.
Yeah.
It speaks to our innate desire to bridge these distances and share experiences, even across the vastness of space.
It certainly captures the imagination. And speaking of capturing the imagination, Polaris Dawn also gave us some really incredibly moving moments that really went beyond, just the scientific and technological achievements. And I'm thinking specifically about astronaut Anna Menon reading Kisses from Space.
Oh, yeah.
To her family and to patients at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
It was beautiful.
It was a beautiful reminder of the human element that's at the core of all of these missions.
It is. It's so easy to get, caught up in all the technical details.
Yeah.
But it's moments like that that really remind us why we explore in the first place.
Yeah.
It's about pushing boundaries, yeah, but it's also about connecting with each other and sharing that wonder of discovery with those back home.
And how about that incredible musical first? Sarah Gillis performing Ray's theme on the violin, live from space.
Wow, yeah.
They used Starlink to download the performance, and they even involved musicians from around the globe in this collaborative arrangement. It's just, it just adds to the awe-inspiring nature of it all,
It really it was a truly innovative use of technology, blending art and science in a way that we haven't really seen before.
Right.
And the fact that they used the performance to raise funds.
Right.
For, St. Jude and El Sistema USA, organizations supporting music education and fighting childhood diseases.
Yeah.
It really speaks to something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The power of space exploration to inspire us toward a common purpose.
It's like they managed to weave together so many facets of human endeavor, science, technology, art, compassion, all into this single mission. It's really remarkable. But beneath all the headlines, the record-breaking achievements, just the sheer coolness factor of it all, there's a deeper message here, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Polaris Dawn, it wasn't about, just checking things off a list. It was a testament to human resilience, to what we can really achieve when we push beyond those perceived limitations. It was a testament to collaboration with international partnerships, private companies, all playing these key roles. And perhaps most importantly, it was a testament to our desire to explore, to venture into the unknown and to come back with knowledge that benefits, all humankind.
It's that spirit of exploration, that drive to just push the boundaries of what's possible. That makes missions like Polaris Dawn so inspiring.
It really is.
It's like this reminder that we're all part of something much bigger than ourselves.
Yeah, it sparks our curiosity, encourages us to ask these big questions, and it reminds us that even amidst, all the complexities of the world today, there's still so much wonder to be found out there.
It's about daring to imagine what we can achieve when we set our sights high enough, whether we're astronauts venturing out into the cosmos or just individuals striving to make a difference here on Earth.
Well said. And for those who, like us, find themselves captivated by the Polaris Dawn mission. We encourage you to delve a little deeper. We'll include a link to the Polaris program website in our show notes. It's a treasure trove of information about the mission, the research, the crew, and the really exciting future of this ambitious program.
Yeah. Until next time, keep looking up, keep asking those big questions, and never lose sight of the wonder that surrounds us. From all of us here at The Deep Dive, thanks for joining us on this incredible journey.